Hi guys, all of you good morning and good evening and welcome back to DevOps and DevSecOps with multi-cloud and on-premise guys. Guys, so maybe there is a 1 week gap after configuring Jenkins. Okay, sorry for this. So from today, we will continue the classes mostly. Okay, without taking break except weekends. And guys, in today's session, we will see how we can integrate Git in Jenkins and how we can configure jobs, how we can trigger the jobs, and how we can get the source code, whatever we are inside the GitHub repository. Okay. And if it is possible, I'll show you how we can configure Jenkins by using Terraform also, by using Terraform scripts also. Okay. So let me start, guys. So first of all, let me show you on-premise Jenkins. So already we are having Jenkins server here. So how we can integrate GitHub repository in our local instance. Yes. Great. Okay. Yes, yes. Let's launch this one. Complete and user. This is our server and configuration status Jenkins. Yes, Jenkins up and running. Next, this is IP address. Yes, guys. So after configuring Jenkins, so guys, don't forget about this one. So mostly, okay, from my side also, I will start using root. Okay, sorry, I'm using with sudo users instead of using root user, guys. And you too also don't try to practice directly on root user. That is not good practice for real world experience. Okay, that's very important. Don't try to practice by using root user from today. Okay. So I too also, okay, mostly I'll use that sudo users. Okay, because in real world, every engineer, I mean that every system engineer or every person, the employee, they must use sudo privileges with sudo users, with sudo privilege users, guys. So coming to concept, yes. So we have configured Jenkins on Docker container in last session. So I think, okay. And we have configured Jenkins on that on premise. Okay, on the Docker also. Maybe this is one okay, this is one session and this is one session. Maybe by using okay Docker file or something like that. Okay, guys. So after that, we haven't configured Jenkins on what is that Ubuntu, or else we didn't configure Jenkins by using Terraform scripts and all. So we will see in the upcoming classes, not only Terraform script, we can configure by using Ansible also. Okay. So we will see in the upcoming classes. But okay, after configuring Jenkins, this is the next step, guys. So now what we are doing? So we are going to launch in GitHub already. So this is the GitHub. And we are launching Jenkins. Okay. So this is the Jenkins dashboard. So we have stopped here only. Okay. Yes. And this is the alert. New Jenkins version, guys. See, guys. This is the new version of Jenkins. Automatically, we will get updates also. And okay. So whatever we have installed the plugins, those plugins also we can see here with updated. So almost see, guys, 15 plugins were okay. 15 plugins are ready to be updated. We need to be updated these all plugins, guys. Okay. So let me finish these all plugins. Yes. Just select all this and update it here. This is very important. But we need to be restarted this Jenkins service. Then only these plugins will install properly. See, guys. Now we are downloading. After downloading this all, we need to restart this Jenkins server. And keep in mind, whenever we are going to restarting this all, we need to take approvals or we need to inform to the respective team. Without informing, okay, without approvals, okay, you should not do this one, guys. Yes, now you can update here also. Yeah, sorry, you can restart from here also. Just apply that restart. Just hit the enter. It will ask the confirmation. Just click on that yes and wait for some time. So this is also one roles or responsibilities. So when we are putting in our profile, we must add this step also. So what are the roles and responsibilities in Jenkins? As a Jenkins administrator, okay, as a Jenkins administrator, I have that responsibility to update the plugins, installing the plugins, uninstalling the plugins. Okay, guys, and configuring the tools in Jenkins like that. Okay, we need to add this one. So now this is the maybe second responsibility or second role in your Jenkins or day-to-day tasks as a DevOps engineer. So the first one is we have configured Jenkins. First one is you have configured Jenkins. Okay. And now you can check here. It's very nice. So guys, successfully we have updated all plugins. This is very important page. This is very important page in the Jenkins. Okay. Here only we can decide are you Jenkins administrator or not. Okay. And guys, even that updates also gone that. Okay. So now guys, be in the Jenkins dashboard. So this is the first screen in the Jenkins after installing and configuring. After installing and configuring. Now guys, as a Jenkins user, see guys, already I told that DevOps engineer, based on that DevOps engineer roles and responsibilities, the person also going to develop in scripts. For example, if the DevOps person, if the DevOps engineer having that responsibility to write Docker files, if he is the Docker developer, image developer, if the DevOps engineer having that roles and responsibilities to write Jenkins pipeline scripts, and if the DevOps engineer having that responsibility to write Ansible playbooks, and if the DevOps engineer having that responsibility to write Terraform scripts or AWS CLI scripts, and if the DevOps engineer having that responsibility to write shell scripts, if the DevOps engineer having that responsibility to configure end-to-end DevOps environment, if the DevOps engineer having that right roles and responsibility to develop the documentation based on that project requirement, we have to develop all these things. After that, he want to centralize. He must centralize all inside one particular repository. Okay. Coming to coming to role. If the DevOps engineer having that roles and responsibilities to write scripts for automation configuration, auto configuration like that. So auto configuration nothing but, see guys. So this is one script. Here, this is the user management. This is the user management. Okay. And see, this is one script. Okay. Like that. Okay. System statistics. See, this is one script. If the system engineer having that roles and responsibilities, they have to develop like this. Like this case, you have to develop like this. And we need to centralize this. For example, if I want to implement this one, how can I implement in my local Jenkins server? if I want to implement this script, how I can implement. Yes, and keep in mind, mostly we are not having responsibility to enter into the what is that, these GitHub repositories. Mostly, okay, 90 to 95% of the persons are not having responsibilities to enter into the GitHub repositories directly. They don't have that privileges to enter into these GitHub repositories. Okay, guys. So how we can get, if I don't have that privileges to enter into the GitHub repository, how can I get this repository? Nothing to worry. Okay, just put one mail, or else you can see that documentation tasks. Okay, and you can see that the tickets. Okay, yes, you can collect from the ticket links. If you put the mail, they will send you link to your mail ID. They will send to your mail ID. Just wait, let me log in. Okay, see guys. Now how we will get link? See, the GitHub administrators are the other team members who are having the responsibilities to work on this, to work and share this repository links. Those guys will send mail. Okay, this link, they will send this link. Okay, so now what we are doing as a DevOps engineer, yes, I'm going to integrating this link to Jenkins to get this code, whatever we are having in the GitHub repository. So now the first task after configuring Jenkins, so when we have configured this one, almost 10 days over. Before 10 days, we have configured Jenkins. After that, this is the second step in the Jenkins, that is integrating the code from GitHub to Jenkins. Now we are taking that repository. So the repository name is maybe Linux. Okay, that one we are taking from the GitHub to, we are taking that from GitHub to Jenkins. How we can get it? Now guys, see guys, in real world, there is a team, separate team to work on GitHub repositories. The responsible person will send one link to respective team members when you request, or when you are having that permissions, or when you are having that task to do on that. So yes guys, now we are taking this link. Now we are moving to Jenkins. There are different ways to get the code from GitHub to Jenkins. The first one, how we can configure Jenkins to get the code from GitHub to Jenkins. In this way, this is the first method. That one, be in the Jenkins dashboard. Then click on that. See guys, after configuring Jenkins, this is the first screen. Now guys, you can click on here, or else you can click on here. Okay. Now click on that new item. Now you can name the job name. You can name the job name. Yes. Git repo integration test project 1. Guys, keep in mind, if you observe that I kept that first character in each word capital, uppercase. Okay. And in some cases, in advanced level, this is also not good This is also not good to put uppercase letters in the job name. And one more that keep in mind, you should not give the space. You should avoid giving the space in between word to word in the job name. Okay. And there are different ways: pre-sale project, pipeline, multi-configuration project, folder. Okay, there are different. So we will see in the upcoming classes. So first select this one, pre-sale project. Okay, and you can see this classic general purpose job type that checks out from, okay, up to one SCM, source code management. Okay, executable steps. Okay, serially. If we want to configure one by one, yes, we can configure step by step. Okay, yes, select this one. Now click on that OK button. You must select OK button after selecting that any one option here. Okay, at present I am choosing that pre-sale project. Just yes, guys. If you want to give description, you can give, or else you can leave that. And click on that source code. Yes, now choose here Git and paste the URL which one we have taken from the repository administrator, GitHub administrators, which they have sent. Okay, and so credentials not required here at present. At present, not required. Keep in mind. When you are using public repository, okay, public repository mean if the repository is public, you need not to give credentials. See, this is a public repository. If it is private repository, we must add credentials here. And for public repository also, you can use credentials. Okay, we will see in the upcoming classes how we can clone the private repository with credentials. Okay, and we can see that is it possible to clone the repository? Is it possible or not to clone the private repository without credentials? That one also we will see, and how we can clone the public repository with the credentials in upcoming classes. But today I am using public repository without credentials. Okay, so you can see here, is it possible or not? Okay, but 100% not possible to clone the repository. 100% not possible to clone the private repository without credentials. Okay, that is true. Okay, but we will see in the upcoming classes. But today we are using public repository. See, this is the public repository. We are choosing that public repository to get it into Jenkins. Now, guys, so here this is also very important. So the reason for seeing Jenkins, there is a big reason for not changing master. Okay, in 2020, from September 1st, I think. Okay, the GitHub organizers have modified or replaced with main in the place of master. They have replaced main in the place of master branch. But Jenkins is still from the Jenkins continuing with the master. The reason for maintaining master, if you observe this one, when I have created this one, let me go back. See, guys, 60 repositories are there. See, guys, these all are the repositories. These all are my repositories. See, if we go to Maybe some repositories are not there. Just wait. I have deleted, guys, number of repositories. In 2017. See, guys, what is the repository? Kubernetes. And branches, master mash. By default, we are okay. We got this one. By default, we got this one from the GitHub. When you are going to creating a repository, okay. But I have modified this one before 10 months ago. Okay, but this repository I have created. I think in 2017. In 2017, I have created this repository, but I have modified this one. Okay, see, guys, by default, we will get master. So why Jenkins is maintaining master branch by default? Because if the repository having master branch, default master branch, so we can continue with that master branch. Okay. If you are new to Git, yes, you can see here when you are going to configuring job, that time you can see master. So at present, by default, we are not having master branch. So automatically the person can change this one instead of main. They can realize and they can understand. So we are not having master branch. We are having main branch. Okay. Yes, they will modify like that. I think so, like that. Okay. So now here we need to specify at present which branch we are using. At present, we are using which branch? At present, we are using this branch. Sorry, this repository. In this repository, I think this is also very old one. This one also very old one. Okay. Almost I have created in 2017-18 around. Okay, I'm using this one. Okay, of course. Okay, so here we need to choose this one. Okay, here also we need to choose. Okay, master. Let me take this one, master. Okay, see, guys, and repository browser. No need. Auto by default automatically it will take that. Need not to change here. Just save this one. Okay, and keep in mind, if you haven't installed Git plugin here, we can't see like this. See, I didn't build this one. We will build it once again. Okay, so we'll see that. See, guys, for example, I'm taking this one, pre-sale project. Click on that OK button. Keep in mind. Okay, so why I came here? So for your understanding, if we haven't, or else if Jenkins haven't installed Git plugin, we can't see this option. After installing this Git plugin only, we can see this option. Keep in mind, this is very important. If we haven't installed Git plugin in this Jenkins server, so we can't see this option. It's mean if you are seeing this Git option, it's mean already the Jenkins has installed Git plugin. This is the important note, guys. Now go back. Yes, Now I'm deleting this one. Okay. Now guys, and keep in mind, when you are going to cloning the, when you are trying to clone the repository, or when you are trying to get the repository from remote to remote, okay, I mean that GitHub to Jenkins, in this Jenkins, we must have Git. Make sure that is also very important. Without installing Git in Jenkins, you can't get the repository. Without installing Git, you can't get the repository. Okay. Even in Jenkins also. Let me check my site. Git space hyphen version. Yes, we are having that. Yum remove git space hyphen y and hash hyphen r. I'm removing that. Without removing, if you try to clone that, 100% we will get that successfully. But I'm removing that for your understanding. See guys, now git space hyphen version. Okay, it's mean Git we haven't installed. Now try to get the repository. Now what I'm doing that after configuring the job, now I'm going to triggering the job. Now I'm going to triggering the job to get the code, whatever we are having inside this repository. Now let me click on that build now. See guys, it's a manual build. It's a manual build. And keep in mind, every Jenkins job must be configured by human beings. There is no automation here. There is no automation to configure jobs in Jenkins. Note that. Okay. So far, there is no automation scripts for configuring jobs in Jenkins. Auto configuration. Manually, we need to configure. This is one advantage in DevOps. In DevOps, this is one advantage. Now, guys, okay, and we can build automatically. We can trigger the jobs automatically without involving human beings after configuring jobs. Okay, after configuring jobs, we can trigger the builds automatically. While configuring that job, if you have configured that type of configurations. So far, we didn't configure that kind of automation triggers for building the job. Okay, this is the manual build. Now I'm going to clicking on that build now option, manual. Then only the build process start to execute the task, whatever we have given conditions or restrictions. Okay, guys. So the restrictions mean what we have given the restrictions. Okay, we have given restrictions to get the code from GitHub to Jenkins. That is the restriction. Okay, guys. Now let me click on that build now. But 100% build will fail. Just wait. Build scheduled. What happened? You will build manually. See, guys, the reason for saying this, because guys, note this point. So whenever we are not having Git in the Jenkins server, when we are not having Git in Jenkins server, that time we will get this. That time we will get this one. And in one more step, in another way also. So you have installed Git in Jenkins server. Okay, wherever you have configured Jenkins server, inside that Jenkins server, you have installed Git, but you didn't tell to Jenkins where you kept Git. The Jenkins software not understanding or not getting the Git path where you kept that Git path. That is also one reason. That is also one reason. Okay. Yes. Save this one. See guys, build fail. Build fail. The reason. Okay. If you want to see the reasons, yes, click on this one. Drop down button. Okay. If you want to go for console output, yes, click on that console. See guys. Here only you can see that cloning. This is okay. Information. And if you see that error cloning remote repo origin. Cloning remote repo origin. Failure. So job is, the result is, when you are seeing this symbol, it's mean failed. If the job is success, we can see in the green color with a tick mark. See guys. And this is the console output. Jenkins will generate console output. Okay. So far we have triggered 2 times and we are seeing that 2 outputs. If you want to see that console output directly, just click on this error symbol. See guys, directly you can enter into the console output. So now this is the final message. You can understand simply. And this is the, and keep in mind, this Jenkins software configured or developed by using Java software. Note this point. This Jenkins software developed by using Java. So that it will trigger and it will show that some errors related to Java. Okay. Hudson Java, Hudson Jenkins. So what is that Hudson? We will see in the upcoming classes. Note this point also. Note this point also. Okay. See guys. This is related to, okay, Java related. And this Java program throwing these errors. Okay. Guys, now we are resolving this issue. How we can resolve this issue? Okay, note this point. So when we will get this kind of issue, while configuring job, if you are seeing like this, okay, let me show you one more job by configuring. Just click on that new item. Yes, one, just I'm taking that one example one. Okay, yes, you can name any one. Yes, guys, source code, take this repository, copy this one. Yes, click on that Git. See guys, paste here. See, while configure only, we can see this one. Note this point. Whenever you are seeing this one, fail to connect to this repository. Okay, it's trying to connect that repository immediately after pasting that repository. So note this point. When you are seeing this one, you need to understand immediately. You need to realize on this one. Maybe there is no Git here. There is no first one. Okay, try to concentrate on Git software only. Maybe in this Jenkins server haven't installed a Git. Okay, so for confirmation, move to terminal, apply that git space ---- version. See guys. So here only we can understand. So without installing Git, we are trying to get the repository from remote to local. It's not possible. It's not possible. Note that point. We must have Git in the Jenkins console. Okay. If you are trying to get the code from GitHub to Jenkins. Now what I'm doing that, so I'm install git space -y. guys, these are the top level. This kind of concepts all are related to top level guys who want to act as a DevOps administrator with the tools. Those guys must have this kind of experience. To troubleshoot these kind of issues. And here, one more thing that, see, you are having responsibility to configure jobs. You are having that role. Okay. You are the DevOps engineer, and you are having that role to create a job. You are having a role to create a job in Jenkins. While creating a job as a DevOps engineer, you are seeing this one. Okay. So, and you have realized that you got that idea. Maybe in this, okay, in this mission, you haven't installed Git. And Git installed but haven't configured path. Okay, you are having that idea. Okay, you are trying to install in Git. Okay, you are trying to install Git. When you are trying to install Git, it's saying that you don't have that privileges. You don't have that privileges. This is one reason. This is one step. Now what you have to do? You need to take one screenshot. Okay, and here you need to take one. Screenshot here also. You need to take one screenshot here also. What is that? Git not installed. Git not installed. So I think we have deleted, no? Yes. After deleting. Yes. You need to take this one screenshot. And you need to take one screenshot, share to the respective team members. Okay. So we have assigned this task. We have given these roles and responsibilities to configure Jenkins. You have to send these two screenshots. He can understand that. The first one, who are working as a Jenkins administrator or a DevOps administrator, the guy can understand. Maybe Git installed but have it configured Git path. Okay, by seeing this one. Okay, based on their experience, he feeling that yes, we didn't forget about that installing Git. We have installed, but we didn't configure Git path. Maybe some conflicts are there. By seeing this script, by seeing this screen, yes, here he can understand we haven't installed Git in this Jenkins server. Okay. So after seeing this, if having that privileges to install and configure Git, immediately he will enter into the Jenkins server and he will install Git. He will install the Git and he will check and he will send back one screenshot. Yes, it's working fine. You can go through that. So yes, of course it's working now. Git space -- version. Now Git's working. Now, so what we have to do? Yes, just okay, save this one, save here, and just refresh the Jenkins, or else reload the Jenkins. Now go back to job. Yes, click on that configure. Yes. Now you can see, guys, it's resolved. It's very simple. Okay. Still, if you are seeing this one, what is that? Whatever we saw that in previous one, error. So what we have to do? We need to set that path. We need to set the path in the Linux mission. That is also responsibility of the Jenkins administrator. Okay. On this all tools. Yes. Which Git? This is the Git path. Okay. /usr bin Git. Take this one. copy this one, move to, okay, try to maintain one documentation for all these. Try to maintain one documentation for all these for future reference also. Yes, guys. Now paste here. Before that, what we have to do? Yes, export path equals to $path colon /usr /bin git. This is the path. This is the path. We need to place this one inside .bash rc file or .bash profile. That, yes, take this one, copy this one, this git path setting. Okay. Inside class tilde slash dot bash rc or bash profile. Yes, take this one, copy this one, move to, okay, if you see that, okay, echo $path, echo $path. See guys, so where is git here? If you observe this one, inside this there is no git path. There is no git path. Okay, now VIM tilde slash dot bash rc. Guys, it's very important file. It's very, very important. Be careful with this, guys. Okay, and you should not disturb with the existing text. Just be in the insert mode. Yes, immediately come to end of the line in the document and apply the end button, or else apply that right arrow key. Okay, till to end of the last character. You must be after last character in the last line of the document. Then hit the enter. Okay. Yes, make sure that. Okay. Now paste here. You can apply mouse right button, or else you can click, or else you can press shift insert button. But you must be in the insert mode. This is the path. And escape, shift colon WQ. Save this one. Then after applying that, what we have to do? For the same command, just remove that VIM and apply that to source. It's very important for updating. Yes, we have updated. Now, if you apply that echo $path, now you can see /usr bin git. /usr bin git. Before that, see, there is no git. Now this is the path. This is the path. You need to take this path. Then move to Jenkins console. Still after installing, at present no need, guys. At present no need. Okay. After installing it also, still if you are seeing that error, so what you have to do for resolving that issue? So now save this one, come out from the job. Now be in the Jenkins dashboard. Now click on that manage Jenkins. Now click on that tools. If you have that privileges to access that manage Jenkins page. If you don't have privileges to access that page, you must request to, you need to raise the ticket to set this one. Okay, see guys. Just remove this one, paste here, and you can set that whatever variable you want. Yes, here git space hyphen version. Yes, I'm taking this one, git. Yes, git this. Whenever you are seeing this required, it must, okay, must need. Now guys, okay, so you need to set like this. Now save this one. Save this one. That's all. Successfully we have configured Git and added that Git in Jenkins. Okay, from this time you should not get any kind of issues on Git. Okay, I'm not saying related to Git repositories. I'm saying about Git. Okay, successfully we can work with Git on this Jenkins. Okay, so now guys, go back to dashboard, then click on that. See guys, the reason for build fail. So in this mission we haven't installed Git. This is the reason. Okay, and we have installed and it's not this Jenkins not identifying where the Git is located. That is also one problem. So finally we have resolved that one. Now go back to job, just click on that once again, build now. Yes, now it's trying to get. If you want to see live updates, live console outputs, just click on that. Almost done. It's a small job now, so that it's finished within seconds. See guys, now it's success. Okay, so we can resolve like this, guys. Okay, it's very important. Git is mandatory for Jenkins when you are going to working with GitHub repositories. Okay, if you have any kind of work relation with GitHub repositories, you must install Git in the Jenkins server. Otherwise you can't work with those GitHub repositories. Note this point. This is very important. Okay, successfully we got this one. Successfully we got the code in the we got the code from GitHub to Jenkins. And note that point. Some more important. And here we are having some interview questions. Those are how you can configure a job in Jenkins. Have you configured job in Jenkins? If you say yes, I have configured job. Okay, what kind of methods you are following? Yes. Okay, yes, we can configure manually. If you want to say that answer, yes, we can configure manually. Yes, and we can configure manually, and we can build manually. Manual build. And the second one, yes, we can configure by using next webhooks. We can configure by using webhooks. And we can configure one more. Let me show you that. Post, we can build periodical build. We can use periodical build and post build actions. If you want to see that triggers, see guys, poll ACM we can use, build periodical we can use, and GitHub webhooks we can use, guys. Okay, build after other projects are built. So we can do like that. Mostly in real world we are using periodical build and poll ACM webhook and manual build. Just now we built manually. Okay, and the path. Note that point. So once we get the code from GitHub to Jenkins will place one default location. That is Jenkins home path. Okay, here only we can see that. So where it's kept, that Jenkins home path location. That is the first one This is the var lib Jenkins. This is the Jenkins home path. Var lib Jenkins. So we have installed Jenkins by using minstall Jenkins. We have installed Jenkins by using minstall Jenkins method. So that this is the default method for Jenkins home path. Okay. And where the Jenkins will place our projects code after cloning from GitHub to Jenkins. Yes, this is our job name. This is our job name. Note that point. Here, if you observe that, yes, here we are seeing that Linux. This is the repository name. This is the repository name. Don't try to compare exactly how we work in Git on the console. Okay, we have executed number of Git commands after getting the repository in the console. Okay, if you want to get the repository, we have applied that Git clone repository name. But here, okay, if the same repository name should not come into Jenkins. So whatever we have named the job while creating a job in the Jenkins, that is the job name, that is the repository here. That is the repository. Now this is the repository. This is the repository. This repository is located inside workspace. Inside workspace. This workspace is located inside Jenkins. This workspace is located inside Jenkins. This Jenkins located inside lib. This lib located inside var. This var located inside slash. So where we have to go? We need to enter. So first, let me show you that. So first of all, cd var, enter. Now you can see var, this one, cd var. Next you can see lib, cd lib. Now pwd you can see slash var lib. Next ll you can see Jenkins. See cd Jenkins. Now you can see pwd. This is the home path. This is the Jenkins home path. The same path we can see in Jenkins also in another location. Officially Jenkins will give you, this is your Jenkins home path. If we want to see where Jenkins will place that path, okay, just be in the Jenkins dashboard. If you have that privileges, if you have privileges to see or to enter into the manage Jenkins page, just click on that manage Jenkins. Now click on that system. Just wait, it will take small time to load this page. The first one, it won't take that if you're having that high-end configurations. Of course, my laptop high-end configuration, but it's taking small time. Maybe reason for that opening that number of pages, applications. See guys, this is the home directory. Jenkins home directory, home path. Okay. By default, Jenkins store all also its data in this directory on file system. Okay, in the file system, this is the path, the same one. Okay. Additionally, once you enter into the Jenkins, then you can see all Jenkins properties in the file system. See, these all are related to Jenkins. These all are related to Jenkins. And here we have configured jobs. We can see here the jobs, and we can see logs also. And we can see whatever we have installed plugins. And we can see whatever the secrets are there. Updates also. User content, user information. Users list also we can see that. And this is the final one. And keep in mind here, I want to say here, once you configure Jenkins, after configuring Jenkins, immediately we can't see this one. After configuring Jenkins, immediately we can't see this one. The reason I'll tell you, there is one more Jenkins server. I think this one. So here also we haven't configured anything inside this Jenkins server after configuring and installing. I mean that we haven't created any job after installing and configuring that Jenkins. So same, okay, one after one we have installed and configured Jenkins in the series of installing and configuring Jenkins classes. Okay, after that we left from that working with Jenkins. Today we are launching that. If you observe this one, in this Jenkins server, we can't see this option. Which one? This workspace. We can't see. Okay. Note that. By default, we will not get this one. By installing Jenkins, we will not get this one by default. By installing Jenkins only. So when we will get, so when we can get this one? Yes, we will get this one. We will get this one. After installing and configuring job, you need to create one job. You need to create one job in Jenkins, either failure job or either success job. Okay. So whatever you are doing, if you are going to configuring failure job or if you are going to configuring success job, whatever it may be, that doesn't matter here. But the Jenkins must have one job in the Jenkins after configuring. After configuring job, if you go to build that, when you trigger the build job, then immediately Jenkins will create one directory, that is workspace. That is this one. By default configuring job, we will not get this one. We will not get this one by configuring Jenkins by default. So we need to create a job in the Jenkins. After that, you need to trigger the job for building. Then only Jenkins itself, it will create one directory, that is workspace. Inside this workspace directory, so whatever we are seeing the jobs here, these are all jobs. At present, we are having only 2. Okay, at present we are having only 2. Yes, if you have 100 jobs or 200 jobs, yes, we can see these all jobs, or else the Jenkins will place all jobs by default inside this workspace directory. If you see now, we can see 2 jobs. See guys, of course, we didn't build that. We didn't build this one. So that we are seeing that. Let me show you that. Yes, click on that build now. Yes, now the build process started to build. Yes, see guys, success. Now you can come here, just see guys. Okay, like that we can get it. Now if you see this one, guys, this is a spelling mistake. Right now I'm seeing this. Yes, now not a git, it's a git. Okay, see guys. So whatever we are having code, whatever we are having source code in the GitHub repository, the same source code we are seeing in our local machine also. See, the same structure we are seeing in our local machine after getting into Jenkins by applying build now. See guys. Okay, this is the process. If you want to execute cd system stats, for example, if you want to run that system statistics, whatever we have given resources, RAM, processor, disk shape, when it was started, and which kind of OS we are seeing, it's a very advanced level, guys. Okay, very advanced level. Now let me run that bash. See guys. Okay, now it's displaying that this script provides a complete system report and health check. Okay, it performs the following tasks. Yes, even you too also pull this one. You can execute in your mission. It's a public repository. You can access this one. Okay, now press enter to begin process. Yes, and once again, press enter to begin and wait for 5 seconds the first block execution. If you want to see the first result, just hit the enter and wait for 5 seconds. Because I have written like that script. See the system OS information, and it will take. See guys, it's going to installing the required plugins also. Yes, I have written that step also in the script. See, memory threshold information. It will take 5 seconds for each block execution. Okay. This is the script. This is the script. Okay. See, final one. Okay. It's a very advanced level. Very advanced level. If you want to see these all results, yes, we need to apply that each command CPU, ls CPU, and what is that cat space os slash etc slash etc os release and RAM. Okay, RAM information, memory information, disk information, thresholds you need to apply manually. See guys, the total disk size 20 GB. Okay, user space 2.9, available space is 17. Sorry, 15. Actually, I have given 20 GB. Out of 20 GB, 1 GB for boot and 2 GB for swap memory. 2 GB for swap memory. The total 3 over. Out of 70, yes, we consume 2.9 for installing these all packages, updating. Okay, updating OS. We have installed Jenkins, Java, and what is that, Git. Okay, yes, it's consumed. See guys, system information, total processing running, zombie. So from where I got this one? Actually, I'm not a developer. I'm not a script developer. Someone have developed the team member or system administrator have developed that, and they have uploaded into this GitHub. As a Jenkins administrator or a DevOps engineer, I got this code from GitHub to my Jenkins server. After that, I have implemented this one in my Jenkins server. See, now you only see that I didn't write this script, but I'm going to executing this one. Okay, I'm not a developer. Someone have developed. Okay, but I'm using same like that. Even if we having that source code in the Git repositories, as a DevOps engineer, what we are doing, we are getting the code from GitHub to Jenkins. After that, we are going to configuring for next step. For example, yes, this is one source code project. See here, we are having source code, JSON files, Docker files, source code files. Okay, see, these all are the original source code, JavaScript. Okay, CSS. Okay, I haven't developed this one. The developer have developed and they have uploaded into GitHub repository. As a DevOps engineer, what I'm doing that? Yes, I'm getting this source code. To GitHub repository from GitHub to Jenkins. So what I'm doing? Just wait, guys. Just wait. Maybe some battery issue. Mobile mouse not working. Okay, see guys. Now what I'm doing? I'm getting this repository to my Jenkins server to do further process. Further process means, so what we have to do? What we have to do? Yes, we need to send the code to SonarQube for code quality analysis for code quality gates. Yes, after that we need to build this one. If it is related to Java based projects, yes, we need to build by using Ant, Maven or Gradle. Okay, for creating artifact. Then we are sending that artifact into Nexus repository. This is the flow. This is the flow. Okay, just now what we are doing. So first we need to get the code into Jenkins. We need to get the code into Jenkins by using integration. Yes, now I'm going to integrating. This is the integrative process. How we can integrate the code, or how we can integrate GitHub repository, Git repository into Jenkins. This is the process. Okay. Yes. Test job to use freestyle project. Click on that OK button. Yes. Again, source code. So we now from okay, after configuring that Git, installing and configuring, after that you will not get any kind of issues. Okay. Yes. Paste here. Yes. If it is public repository, no need that. If it is public repository, no need to add this one. Yes, if it is a private repository, we need to add the credentials. If we want to add credentials, that process is different. We will see in the next classes. So then guys, so now, so what is the branch name? See here we are having main branch. Here we are having main branch. In previous project, there is a master branch. In the previous project, there is a master branch by default. Okay. Now guys, so what we are doing? So now remove this one. Main. Okay, main. Now coming to triggers. Now in this job, I'm not going to building manually. I'm going to building periodically. Periodical means we are going to scheduling the job. Who are having that Linux knowledge about scheduling jobs. Those guys can understand easily. Okay, if you don't know about that scheduling jobs, yes, we can see here and we can see directly in the Linux mission also. So periodical build mean, so what we are doing, so we are going to scheduling the job to build on particular time, on which date, on which time, on which minute you want to build that. How much gap you need to build job one build to another build. Okay, for example, if you want to build the job right now, yes, you can build. After building this, how much you want to take the build gap? 5 seconds or 20 seconds or 1 minute or 5 minutes or 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours. If you want to build first in the everyday first 1 hour. Every day, if you want to build the job in everyday first hour in second half an hour, in first hour, second half an hour, or else if you want to build in first half an hour, like that. If you want to schedule, yes, we can schedule. If you want to build for weekly ones, yes, you can build. If you want to build for monthly ones, yes, we can build. If you want to build for yearly, yes, we can build. But the Jenkins server must be in live. Okay, now let me show you that. So yes, click on that build periodically. Yes, if you want to see that how we can schedule the jobs, yes, click on that. See guys, for every minute 0 to 59 seconds, next hour 0 to 23, next day of the month, okay, and day of the week. Yes, we can schedule like this. Okay, these are the examples, and this is the syntax. Every minute, every hour, every day of the month, every week of the day, Okay, and this here you can see some examples are here. See guys, for every 15 minutes, for every 15 minutes, for every 10 minutes in the first half an hour, every hour. Okay, once every 2 hours at 45 minutes past the hour starting. See guys, weekday. Okay, every 2 hour slot between 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. every weekday. Weekday mean Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday. See guys. Okay. Like this we can configure. We can configure. If you want to configure like this, see guys. First and 15th of every month expected except December. See. Except December. So it means only the first 11 months only we are going to building. So this is the kind of examples under time zones. Okay. So in which areas we can build? Yes, Git Jenkins will support for this all countries. Okay, guys. Now let me show you one example here. So I'm going to building for every 1 minute once. So it's mean every minute in the hour, and every hour, and every day, and every month, every week of the day. These are the default one. It's mean, see guys, every minute, every hour, you must give the space. If you are not giving space, what will happen? You can see guys. See, this is wrong. This is wrong. You must give the space in between character to character. Yes, every minute, every hour, every day, and every month, and every week of the day. This is the default one. Just to save this one. See guys, every minute, if you observe this one, every minute, every hour, okay, every day of the month, and every day of the week. Save this one. Just see guys, I'm putting the cursor here. I'm not going to building manually because we have configured scheduled job. Jenkins will provide this service, but it won't stop to build after the first build. For every 1 minute, it will try to get the, it will try to build the job. Just wait. You have to wait for 1 minute. In this situation, 1 minute also very hard to wait. See guys, it is started. Itself only started, and the success. Okay, see, this is the success console output. And what is the job name? Yes, this is the job name. And keep in mind, every job plays into this workspace. This workspace is located inside Git Jenkins. This Jenkins is located lib. Okay, this lib is located where? This where is located inside this slash. This is the file system job location. Now you can go there. Just okay. cd where lib Jenkins workspace. See guys. Test job 2. What is the job name? Test job 2. Test job 2. See guys. LL. Okay. Now you can enter into the test job 2. LL. See guys. So whatever we are having source code in the GitHub repository, that one we got into Jenkins. After that, what we have to do? Yes, we need to integrate this one with SonarQube. At present, we don't have the SonarQube server. In the upcoming classes, we will see guys end to end the process. Okay. This is what we have discussed in this session. Okay. In this session, we saw that how we can configure jobs and what is the Jenkins path how we can configure job manually and how we can trigger the job manually, and how we can configure job manually and how we can trigger the job by using periodical build. Okay, guys. And what is the Jenkins path? What is the Jenkins home path, home directory? And if you haven't installed Git in Jenkins, what will happen to get the code from GitHub to Jenkins? Okay, this is what we saw in the today's session, guys. Okay, if you have any doubt, please let me know.